everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Psyche Libertina, and today we're going to be looking at this new beginning that's waiting for you. As you can see here, I have here versions of the Fool card, which is the first card in the major arcana of the traditional tarot. If you haven't guessed already, this is going to be a 22-part reading. So we're going to go through each of the major arcana cards and then sort of parang relate the energies of each card into a certain topic for your life. So for this part one, since we're going with the Fool, and the Fool is all about beginnings, whatever is starting, going through that journey. After all, the tarot is the Fool's journey. So we're gonna be looking at what's parang what's brewing up for you in your life, what's starting, ano ba yung bago, ano ba tong kailangan ninyong paghandaan, and just really what's going on or what's gonna happen, which is not something usual, I guess, para sa for your situation right now. So if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. Please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're new to pick a pile, then basically I have here 3 piles for you to choose from. So it could be the design, it could be the artwork, whichever you feel resonates with you. You can pause the video if you like, if you want to meditate on it a bit. So for the first pile, we have here your traditional Rider Waite. This is how it looks like there, and the back. Traditional Rider Waite. And for pile number 2, we have here the Revelations Tarot. Here. Back. Pile 2, Revelations Tarot. And then for pile 3, we have here the Magical Nordic Tarot. There. Back. So again, pause the video if you like, and then once you've chosen, head over down to the timestamps to see kung saan yung clickable link ng video ninyo, and I will see you there. Hey there, pal number 1. Thank you so much for being here. So if you chose etong traditional Rider Waite tarot natin, so this is gonna be your reading on what is this new beginning that's waiting for you. So per usual, I have your pre-shuffled oracle cards just to check kung ano ba yung energy ng reading natin for you today. If you're not able to resonate with this energy, then please feel free to check out the other piles. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one pile. And similarly, if you can resonate with any of the energies on either of the 3 piles, then most likely there isn't any message for you on this reading. So to start, we have emotion. We have mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light worker. See if you can see that. And then we have fulfillment. Fulfillment. We have no place like home. Could you be moving somewhere or going back home? A lot of parang movement. Love. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Pile number 1, but some of you could be, getting married of some sort. Okay, North Node, life's purpose. There. Okay, so let me look at your cards first. Okay, so pile number 1. I think na for your energy, I think that of course, since we're looking at whatever is beginning for you, I think that this is something that you've been wanting for such a long time. I think na parang it's probably like, some of those parang dreams since you were younger sort of thing where no one really wanted it for you. I think na parang it could talk about some form of career or some form of path where other people, they don't really seem to agree with this plan of yours, pero ikaw, alam mo sa sarili mo na it's something that you've always wanted. With North Node here, life's purpose, and then falling underneath the fulfillment, with the moon over there, I think that parang this thing that's starting for you is something that you've been praying for such a long time. I know I did say kanina na parang for some people, this could be like a marriage or having a family. There is a very strong energy here of childbirth for some of you who are let's say planning to have a baby, who haven't been given a chance to have one yet, especially with love here and this card particularly looking like a child, surrounded by a lot of water, which could be the womb. There is a lot of water, there is a lot of emotion, so clearly this is something, with the fulfillment card being here, parang it's something that is um something that will be very fulfilling for you, something that will be emotionally satisfying and gratifying in all forms of the word. I think that for you, pile I think for you, pile number one, I think that parang all, not really all your life, pero most of your journey until this point, parang you've sort of like just, you've gone with the flow. Parang it could be na you're this type of person na siguro your parents wanted you to be like a doctor or a lawyer, and then you wanted to be an artist because you're really artistic. Pero sabi nga nila, parang some people, and they say that financial stability hindi naman siya mabilis makuha like yung sa mga artists ganyan, and it could be something that you've forgone, parang tipong pinaubaya mo na lang kasi you feel na parang it's not something that your parents or those people who you trust want for you. Alam mong gusto mo siya sa sarili mo, pero it's not something na parang feeling mo, no, it's not, hindi sa feeling mo, it's not something na gusto ng ibang tao for you. It could be a partner who people didn't, or your family didn't want for you, pero alam mo sa sarili mo na doon ka magiging masaya. To cut the story short, this thing that's starting for you finally is something that you've wanted for so long. It's basically where your energy, where your desires, where your aspirations are rooted upon. Because if you can see here, there's a lot of like vegetation growing, even here a lot of leaves, and even here like parang it's a stalk of a tree. And this one too. So parang finally yung dreams mo, they're bearing fruit for you, and now you're at that stage where you're gonna go into this place or into this energy na finally ifulfill mo naman at susundin mo naman kung ano yung gusto mo. So that's something that's beginning for you. Pile number one. Apart from that, I think that you've been um I think na parang you've always felt like an outsider. Pile number one. It could be na, parang there could be literally like going home levels here. It could be na parang, you're in another country, or you're like stuck somewhere and you're moving locations. That could also be a thing that's starting for you. Pero basically this fresh start is something that you've always wanted. I can't reiterate that enough. And with North Node here, again, in love, in no place like home, di ba parang, even if I don't read the oracle cards for you, it's really just something that is embedded at the core of your being. Kung ano man yung nasa sa kaloob-looban mo, sabi nga nila, di ba, home home is where your heart is. Home is where you get to learn, your first language, your manners, everything starts at home. And right now with home here and then here home, I think na you know, and peaches, they always, you know, they always talk about mothers. They have they give an energy of mothers, of bearing fruit, of giving birth. So I think na for you, particularly pile one, I know I've said it that na this is something that you've always wanted, but I think that this is something that you denied yourself the pleasure of having. um I think that right now, it's only now that you're starting to pick up the pieces of whatever it is that you left. I'm getting a very really strong vibe here of like, you know, probably like having a child, or having your own family, or traveling. Pero whatever it is, it's something that's been burning from the inside. And with emotion here, I think na it's something na parang medyo sinopress mo na for the longest time. Emotions are the easiest thing to suppress. It's the easiest thing for us to parang just hide and forget that it even exists. Um, what else pa ba? I think that's really just it. Something is starting for you. It could be a home, literally like you traveling. It could be having a family, or going like, you know, having a family or bearing a child. Or it could be something that you wanted to do for such a long time. Basically, it's about birthing something. It could be an idea, a plan, a child. It's about birthing something that you've wanted for such a long time. So we're gonna look at the tarot, and see what, you know, what particular energy here, what particular beginning is starting for you. I know it's something that you wanted, pero how is it going to progress? Let's try and see what that is, and at the same time, how is it gonna progress? Because if you know that it's already starting, then the next thing that you would want to know is how are you gonna keep up with it, diba? File number one. All right, so may mga nagpatak na cards. Give me a second. Okay. Shuffle that again. Okay. So, Spirit, how is this new beginning? How is this new birthing of something desired by pile number one going to start for them? How is it going to start? So you have here the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so it's something that, you know, very unselfish energy, which, like I said, parang it's something na pinag-forgo na ninyo for such a long time, something that right now, sinastart nyo for yourself. You have here the Six of Wands, upright. Four of Wands, upright. Very, very, very positive energy. I know I did say kanina na parang, you know, like having your own family, birthing. So this could be a confirmation. No, this is indeed a confirmation that you know, you're gonna get married, or you're gonna go into that situation where lalagay ka na sa tahimik. You have here the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. In reverse. So something that's yet to happen. And the Eight of Swords in reverse. So finally getting out of that restrictive energy that you've been, you know, you've been trying for such a long time. Back of the deck, you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so let's look at how this is starting for you, pile number one. So with the Four of Wands here, like I said kanina, it's something that you've always wanted. This is you marrying your inner desires, your inner self, you know, whatever it is that you've wanted for yourself. And literally it could be, you know, giving birth, or pursuing something that you've always wanted. Have Getting married after all, the Four of Wands can signify marriage. but basically the center of your card just talks about ultimate happiness. Now let's talk about this energy here first. So with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse followed by the Six of Pentacles, clearly this is something that you've been suppressing for yourself. I know I mentioned that kanina, pero for the longest time kasi I think that for you, pile number one, you've been given such obligations, a lot of obligations where hindi na ninyo nauna yung sarili ninyo. You were given such parang standards of being very, very successful na hindi na ninyo nasunod kung ano yung gusto ninyo. This is a very particular parang reference to that sample that they gave you na parang your parents, they could have wanted you to be a lawyer or a doctor, and then you wanted to be an artist, and instead of focusing on what you want, you focused on just making them happy and being desirable. And there's nothing really wrong with that, pile number one, but I think right now, since we're looking at what is starting for you with this energy alone, and we're gonna clarify it a little bit later, it's already showing me here na now is your time. Yun, now is your time. Now is the time for you to focus, to pursue whatever it is that you wanted, whatever is your heart's desire. If you feel na parang you wanted to get married and then you couldn't, get married muna kasi parang you have a lot of responsibilities like taking care of your children, taking care of your siblings, or taking care of your parents, being stuck at home with them. Now you couldn't like really go out into the world and probably travel and explore and something like that. Again, this is a general reading, so I'm only giving you all of the samples that I can see from the cards. Pero right now, if you've been asking or if you've been looking for a sign to pursue that thing that you wanted to pursue for the longest time, ever since you were a child, and this is confirmation that you should go for it. With the Ten of Pentacles being here in reverse, and the Eight of Swords being here in reverse, then this is an indication na you can only have your full happiness along with your family and those that are close to you if you get out of this self-restriction. Meaning yung pagsusuppress mo sa sarili mo, like I said, emotions are the easiest thing to suppress. The moment that you find the balance on how you can pursue what makes you happy and at the same time provide for those that matter to you, and that's a very particular energy, pile number one, then only then will you be able to flip this up. Only then will you be able to realize this full happiness that you've wanted for such a long time. I think pile number one, you're this type of person who's very responsible, na parang inuuna ninyo yung mga pangangailangan ng ibang tao kesa sa inyo. And of course, there's nothing really wrong with taking care of people you love, but you also have to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you'll grow tired, you'll be burnt out, and you'll feel na parang ikaw yung nade-deprive mo na yung sarili mo. Especially with the Page of Pentacles being here in reverse. What's underneath that? Yeah, see? Three of Pentacles. So there really is a lot of work that needs to happen here. And this work, alam mo, sometimes kasi I think na parang we're not able to take that first step forward kasi we feel na no one will support us. And it's already being clarified here with the Three of Pentacles na you are supported. If you feel na parang those people around you are not going to appreciate you giving some priority to yourself or to the things that you want, then that's, I'm telling you, na mali na yung pag-iisip mo na yun. The cards are confirming already na ibigay mo na yung kailangan mo ibigay. You've already been very, very selfless. You focused on making sure that everyone is well taken care of. Nagparaya ka na with whatever it is that everyone around you wants. Now it's time to, reap the blessings that the universe is giving to you out of the kindness of your heart. So let's clarify these. Pile number one, para lang we can get a bigger picture on. So kanina, how is it happening for you? Now let's see what you're supposed to do about each one. So if we know the how it's happening for pile number one, then Spirit, what is pile one supposed to do about it? So please clarify. Nine of Pentacles, please. So you have Six of Swords in reverse. So again, moving forward and forgiving yourself. How about this Six of Wands, Spirit? Ace of Cups, upright. Four of Wands, Spirit. The Hermit, upright. So really just going within. Ace of Wands, wow. What better way? And this is the Hierophant in reverse. Back of the deck, you have the Ace of Swords. Oops, what's this? The Devil card in reverse. Yeah. So you not wanting to go through it, you not wanting to change the situation is your own prison. That's just a message. Okay, so how are you supposed to do this? Right? Pile number one. Okay, so first, we all know, or at least the cards are saying that you've been selfless. And that's a good thing, at least for here, kaya ka nga nire-rewarded because you've always been this very giving person, this very considerate person, and that's what makes you such a nice, wonderful being. Now, how are you supposed to deal with this? And first and foremost, you have to, you have to forgive yourself, and not just forgive yourself, but you have to move on from the sacrifices that you made. Whatever sacrifices those are, it's already done. It's already finished. Done deal na yon. Kumbaga, if you've lost opportunities along the way, then you have to accept na, okay, tapos na yon. There's nothing really you can do about it. But at the back of those opportunities that you lost because you were, focusing on whatever is going to make other people happy, in consideration with those that you love, of course, there is something that's opening up for you. And the only thing that you have to do is take it. Accept it and be thankful for whatever is coming into your life right now. And mind you, pile number one, this is something that will happen all of a sudden. Okay? This is something na parang bigla na lang mapupunta sa yung opportunity nito. It's something na parang hindi mo aasahan. I don't even think na you have an inclination na, uy, ngayon na pala mangyayari yun. Parang, as in, masasabi mo na lang sa sarili mo, and do give me a comment down below if it happens na bigla na lang parang dadating yung pagkakataon na biglang alam mo, parang, oh my God, I've been dreaming about this all my life and now it's finally here. Tapos parang hindi mo naman siya ina-expect. So that's how this is gonna happen. All you have to do is accept it and be thankful for it. Now, with the Hermit card being here, and the Four of Wands being aligned as the center of your reading, then clearly this is just saying that the only thing that you really have to do is just focus on your own goals, on your own dreams, whatever is making you happy, whatever is speaking to your heart, whatever is speaking to your inner self. You don't have to consider how is this person gonna feel or how is blah blah gonna feel. Pero syempre, diba? I mean, you have to, of course, take that with caution na do things naman not at the expense of others, pero if it's just really for yourself and you're just considering na parang, how is he gonna feel if I leave? Or how is blah 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 gonna feel if I leave? Then don't. Just focus on what makes you happy. Now, with the Ace of Wands being here in conjunction with the Ten of Pentacles, then I think na, this is really just confirmation of basically this line. This is really just confirmation of you getting what you want, what you love for yourself, what you want to learn, anything that will be focused on the plan that you have or on the goal that you have for yourself. With the Ace of Swords being here in reverse, it's already high time that you stop denying yourself. Okay, pile number one. Kasi I think na parang for the longest time, you've always been after, and I'm sorry if this isn't gonna sound nice, pero I think pile number one, you've always been after, being similar to how other people are, and being normal and being acceptable. And of course, there's nothing wrong with that, pero start asking yourself, who wants to be like everyone else? you're not meant to be like everyone else. You're meant to, you're meant to be this person who's just very sure of themselves, who follows what they want, who gets, who gets it, who goes for what and whoever it is that they love. I think that for a lot of you, especially with the Ace of Cups being here, and the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands being here, this could be for I think for a whole lot of you, this could be like a relationship that you turned your back on. It could be na parang ayaw ng parents mo with your partner, or you feel na you can't get married yet kasi nag-aaral pa yung mga kapatid mo. This is just a confirmation that whoever that person is that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with, pero nilet go mo, this is now the time for you to really just gather up the strength, accept the fact na parang okay, nagkamali ka again, don't sulk, move on from it, and then just really start, trying to regain or gain back or follow through with that love of your life that you lost. That's a very particular energy, but it's something that's very, very evident here. Now, of course, yung mga love naman natin, I mean, hindi naman, pwede naman na hindi lang siya tao, right? Could be something, could be, places that we want to visit, it could be a venture that we want to do, but all in all, this is just something that will really, really make you happy, something that you haven't expected, something that will really, something that will really tell you na parang, my heart, my whatever, everything within me is just really home. This is really what I wanted to do. This is really just where I wanted to be. This is really who I wanted to be with. And I think pile number one na with everything that you've given, with every sacrifice that you've made, I think that you are fully deserving of all of these blessings that the universe is giving you. So that's it. Pile number one, thank you so much for staying with me on your reading. So if you did like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want me to check on anything. Do follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, Psyche Libertina, since I post random message readings over there. And yeah, thank you so much again, pile number one, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye! Hey there, pile number two. Thank you so much for being here. So if you chose etong Revelation Tarot natin, here. So this is going to be a reading on what's this new beginning that's waiting for you. So I have here your pre-shuffled oracle cards just to check kung ano ba yung energy nitong something that's beginning for you. If you're not able to resonate with this energy, then please feel free to check the other piles. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one pile. And similarly, if you can relate on any of the energies on all three piles, then most likely there isn't any reading for you on this video. So to start, we have truth. You see that? Oh, it's not focusing. There. Truth. We have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? You have transformation. It's something that you're beginning to realize your new self. Building blocks. Power. And Uranus as genius. Okay. I always say this on this channel, Uranus is the energy of doing something that you don't expect yourself to do. Something out of the normal, something that's out of the normal for you. Let me look at this first. Okay. So, pile number two. This thing that you're having could be some sort of business, something so tangible, something that is related to your finances and your, um your state in life. Um kasi with power here, building blocks, boundaries, and Uranus, it's clearly giving me like parang, alam mo yung parang, not really beggar word, pero parang having difficulty into, parang receiving financial gratification. Um, there is a lot of, I think na for your space, or for your particular energy pile number 2, I think kasi na parang you were robbed of your rights. It could be some inheritance of some sort, or it could be like some role, some promotion that was taken from you. That's a very, very particular energy. Because with power here sitting next to Uranus, Uranus is the god which was confined to the heavens, but was never really considered a god. So it's parang sort of like you were put in such a hybrid situation where you weren't acknowledged for what you were able to bring to the table. And with transformation being here, I think na parang that experience has changed you into being someone who's more, cunning kasi is a negative word, pero you that experience has changed you into being this person who's very, very aware of their surroundings. Kung dati parang siguro medyo ikaw yung tao na mag-a-agree lang, or let's say sa work, parang ikaw yung tao mag-a-agree ka lang ng, okay, sige, let's just do that, and then some people will screw you over, so you don't have an evidence kasi you didn't keep it on email. Right now, this experience or that experience that happened before, that has changed you into being more, into working smarter, into being more particular with your dealings, and being just generally wise in a certain level. And this thing that's starting for you, I think na parang with the truth card being here, and this is, I know that we're looking at what's gonna happen in the future, but I think it's good to establish why you were given that gift in the first place. I think that with the truth card being here and building blocks, um pile number 2, I think na parang you were put in a situation na parang your words were used against you. It could be na parang you were placed in a very unfavorable situation just because you wanted to help someone, get their shit together, and then in the end ikaw yung napahamak and that person just threw you under the bus. That's a very, very particular energy. And with boundaries being here and power, I think na parang you could have, okay, so this is a very, very particular energy, and I must apologize if it offends anyone. I do not mean to, to have that out here, but it could be that you've suffered a certain form of abuse. Pile number 2, and it's something that has, sort of like put you in a very dark place where you could have acted out, you could have lashed out because of that experience. But I think that right now, with power being here and boundaries, I think, like I said, those experiences, because general feel of this pile, eto yung tipong karma's not hitting you. In fact, ang nangyayari is, whatever it is that happened to you, the bad stuff will now be compensated by the universe giving you the blessings that you deserve. Kasi sabi nga nila, diba, if karma's a bitch, and when we do something, then karma will that we will be given the same, or worse, more likely worse, form of hit from the universe. Then this one naman, kayo yung tipo na parang after ng lahat ng pinagdaanan ninyo, eto na yung time na iaangat na kayo. I don't know if you guys are, if you guys follow a certain form of religion, pero 'di ba sabi nga nila, parang I practice Christianity, although I'm doing, I'm doing tarot reading, so don't hate me. But sabi kasi nila, those people who are oppressed, God, lifts them up. And I think that is the particular message or particular energy for you. Oh my God, kinikilabutan ako pile number 2. So, whatever it is that you, oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna cry. Whatever it is that you've experienced, okay, you have a lot of blues here. The sadness that you've gone through, know that it will birth life, and it will give you this new beginning, which will just be so expansive, so wonderful, and so stable. It may not be, you may not have built it in the most, in the most parang usual way. It could have been a parang you had to literally pick different colors of blocks just to build where you're standing right now. But whatever it is still a stable ground which lifts you up from the ground. So I don't know what you've gone through, and I'm feeling emotional about this parang number 2. Pero you may feel that you don't deserve the blessings that you will get. But I am telling you, it's given to you from the heavens because it's something that you deserve. It's gonna be so good na even if, like for Uranus here, even if you're not considered a god, you will be confined in the heavens and treated as a god. Kasi that's really just, how much blessing is coming for you. This is something that's going to be transformative. This is something that's going to give you the confidence to just really tell people that, no, I've had enough. With this boundaries card, you can see how her hands are just like, no, stop. You're very aligned already. I think that you've changed a lot, not just in your physical, but of course in your mental and in your spiritual situation. I think that you've already aligned the things and you've made amends and peace with whatever has happened to you, whatever you have done. Of course, like I said kanina, it could have been a you lashed out, the experience has put you in a situation where you had to, or where you had to, or you acted out of frustration, out of pain, out of guilt, out of fear, out of shame. But right now everything is just, blowing, the wind is blowing into your favor. It's just really beginning to put things in order, parang everything here, everything is just falling into place, everything is just aligning for you. And I think if anything, you just have to, parang, I know it's really weird for me to say, but maybe you have to just let go of the past and stop blaming yourself for anything that's happened. So we're gonna look at your tarot. You know what, I want to keep this in front here. So we're gonna look at your tarot and just see there how this is going to turn out for you. So we've already established why it happened, what could be the potential, issues that you had to go through. Now we're gonna ask, what exactly is this, or how is it gonna happen? How is this new beginning gonna come for you? And then we're gonna check what you're supposed to do about each event. Okay, number 2. So let's see. So Spirit, what's this new beginning that's starting for pile number 2? What's this new beginning that's starting for pile number 2? What's this new beginning? How is it gonna happen for them? What's this new beginning? You have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So again, your hardships ending. I did say that. Oh, sorry about the glare. You know what? Let's put it here na lang. Para wala siyang masyadong glare. What is this blessing? You have there the Queen of Swords in reverse. Wow. 10 of Cups in reverse. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So what is going on? And the 5 of Wands in reverse. So we did ask, how is this gonna happen for you? Back of the deck, you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let's move it a little so you guys can see. Okay, so what is, how is it gonna happen? Okay, so first up, pile number three. I think na parang, okay, so what's this new beginning that's starting for you? Okay, so first, you're gonna be cleared of this financial trouble, worldly trouble that you've been worried for such a long time. In fact, if you look at the image here, it's as if she's reaching up her hand na parang nakaano na siya, parang nakaangat na siya. So someone's about to help you. So you're gonna be picked up from whatever financial or worldly troubles you're now having. It could be something. It could be someone who you didn't expect. It could be someone na parang you will feel na siguro it's very confusing for you why this person is helping you, but at the end of the day, they are still your family. You will be helped by someone from your family, okay? Someone who's very close to you, someone who you didn't think would help you kasi in the first place, they were they are someone you asked help from before. It could be there's someone na parang someone who was just very very disappointed with you dun sa mga nangyari dito sa mga pinagdaanan mo, kasi yeah, you did act out of some sort after that happened, and this person could have been disappointed with you, but at the end of the day they're still going to think that they are your family, and no matter how sad things are, they can't just turn their back on you right here. So they will come to your rescue. With the Two of Pentacles being here, I think na I think na following this new beginning for you, you have to realize na if you're gonna be given the gifts, if you're gonna be given these gifts as a, you know, parang as compensation, not really compensation, pero parang sort of as reward for being able to endure whatever it is that happened to you. You have to have appreciation na you cannot do, you know, you cannot lash out again or do the things that you've been doing before, especially with the Queen of Pentacles here. I think na parang yung financial troubles mo, which was a cost, which you know resulted from you acting out, but again, to be fair, you were put in that situation. It was also your doing. So it could be na parang, you know, after, you know, you've had, you know, certain things na parang you were abused or you were thought of as someone who's not fair, or you know, there were gossip spread about you, and then siguro to make yourself feel better, siguro gumastos-gastos kasi most of your cards, yung mga underlying energies ninyo talk about, you know, holding on or spending too much or not balancing out your finances and the resources that were available to you at that time that you needed to recover, or you were trying to recover from this. With the Five of Wands being here in reverse, I think that parang right now, whatever conflict you've had with those internal people in your life, that's already getting resolved, and I think that in itself is a gift. Okay, so kung ano man yung naging situation mo dito, pile number two, one of the gifts that you're gonna get is you resolving this issue with the people that are close to you. Kasi lumayo ka din naman sa kanila eh. With these cards here, and the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles here, both in reverse, I think na parang lumayo ka rin sa kanila and you sort of like, parang alam mo yung parang nagwala ka after nung mga nangyari sa'yo, or after those things that were taken out from you. Siguro it could have been your promotion, you know, you could have gone through abuse, your marriage could have failed, you were put in a very precarious situation na you weren't really treated the way that you were supposed to be treated. If you're a woman, then you weren't respected as a woman. If you were a man, then probably you were also mistreated as a man. Pero instead of, you know, instead of coming to your family for help, and maybe you did, and they didn't understand it at that time, so when they weren't able to help you, you know, you lashed out. So this new beginning that's starting for you is, first, it's going to resolve this, you know, this family issues that you've had, and whatever financial issue you've had, you're going to recover from that soon. But again, I'm reminding you that the portion where nagkaroon ka ng financial problem, it is also your doing. Pile number two. So try not to, you know, get into that parang downward spiral again. Your cards start and end with 5. So so whatever has changed also requires change to be fixed. If you changed for the worse, then you have to change for the better. That's just really it. Now, let's ask as well kung what else do we want to know? So if your financial issues are gonna be resolved now, why don't we ask how is this gonna help you holistically? Because your finances are gonna be resolved. It's one of the things that were hit by the situation. So Spirit, can we get some information on how this change or how these gifts are going to transform pile number 2 at a holistic level? Yung hindi lang sa finances niya. Death in reverse. Yeah. So this is really just gonna change your perspective about things. Pile number 2. 5 of Swords in reverse, a lot of 5. So really, there is a lot that will change, but the change has to start and has to end with you. With the 5 of Swords being here and this Queen of Swords, I know I did say that this person who will help you is someone that you've asked help from before, but probably wasn't able to help you because of the disappointment that they felt for you. But with the 5 of Swords being here in reverse, pile number 2, I think that you have to be very, very careful. Now, if this starts, then please do not betray this person again. And that is a warning. See, yung selenite ko tumapon pa. I know this one wanted to fall. Let's just fix this. Okay, so you could be very confused right now. Pile number 2. And you have here the 3 of Wands in reverse. So yeah, you will be given this anchor at which you can hold on to. The 3 of Wands always talks about a journey that you're supposed to take. With it being in reverse, there could be some delay, you know, some cooperation that's required. And I think now it clarifying the 10 of Cups, yes, it's not going to be as easy. But once you get over this, it's going to be worth the wait and worth the effort. I think pile number 2 kasi whatever happened to you, it's not really na it's your doing, but you could have done better. And then when all things failed, you lashed out. Yun yung nangyari dyan. So, you have your data. I know I did say kanina na parang something has to do with work. And the 6 of Cups in reverse. All of your cards are in reverse. So it could be that you're going through this pattern already. That this isn't the first time that you've had this issue. It's underneath. Judgment. Yeah. So it's something that you've been falling over and over again. Okay. So for your specific pile number 2, what's starting for you? So then again, just to recap, your financial issues are going to be resolved by someone from your family, someone who was disappointed with you before, but they're going to help you either way. But then after that, this financial issue that you're in right now anyways, of course, parang is partly or mostly your doing as well. Whether you were pushed in that situation or you were parang a victim of that situation, it's something that you've let happen. Now, on a holistic level, I think na this transformation, something that's going to begin for you, is you're going to have new perspective on things, on your relationships with people. This is a journey that will require you patience and of course to stick to the routine of just being really honest and being really truthful and just, you know, forgiving yourself. With these 2 cards, 8 of Pentacles and 6 of Cups, I think now whatever is in the past, you have to work. You know, you have to put effort into fixing that as well. Because if you don't fix your past and if you carry it with you in the future, then it's gonna screw up your present and your future. So whatever has happened before, you have to really let that go and just focus on what you can further control, which are these things that are coming for you. You're gonna be saved from your financial issues. What are you gonna do? Then siguro be more, you know, be more mindful of the finances that you're going to have or you're going to take in the near future. With this relationship internally and at work and of the past, what are you gonna do if it gets resolved? Then probably, you know, learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Very, very particular message Pile number 2, learn from your mistakes. You were put in this situation not because it just happened out on a whim. Kumbaga, like I said, it could be na you work, like I said kanina, parang sa work, you could be someone who just agrees on everything and you don't put everything at work on email, and then someone just decides to screw you. At the end of the day, you can always tell yourself that I could have sent that email. I could have made something to protect myself. So, whatever has happened to you, I'm not blaming you, pero you could have done better. Now you're gonna be given a chance na, to start again. And it's very sad what happened to you kasi parang nagsunod-sunod na siya because after one thing you lashed out, after another thing you lashed out more. So it's become sort of a domino effect. And with the judgment card being here, you're really being called to just see the truth, see the naked truth about yourself. You may not like what you see, and um you may not appreciate you know these lessons that are being given to you, but at least try to appreciate that you are still being assisted, you're still being reminded, and you're still being given lessons to learn for the betterment of yourself, for the betterment of those around you as well. Especially right now, the parang things are ever changing. Just don't forget na the change has to start and it has to end with you in order for your own life, for your own circumstances to change as well. Okay, pile number 2. So thank you so much for being here, pile number 2. I hope you did like this reading, and if you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want me to check on anything. Do follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Psyche Libertina, since I post random message readings over there. And yeah, I'll see you on your next reading, pile number 2. Bye! Hey there, pal number 3. Thank you so much for being here. So, if you chose etong Magical Nordic Tarot natin, so this is gonna be your reading on what is beginning for you. What is this fresh start that's starting for you? So, I have here pre-shuffled oracle cards just to check kung ano yung energy nitong reading in your aura of your situation. Now, if you're not able to resonate with this energy, then please feel free to check the other piles. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one pile. And similarly, if you're not able to resonate with any of the 3 piles, then most likely there isn't any message for you on this video. So, to start, we have Advocate, we have Inner Temple, Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. What is it that you're not saying? File number 3. Embracing. Such a beautiful image. Time for a nap. Prosperity, freedom. And Yod, or destiny. Okay. All right. So I think pile number 3. This thing that's beginning for you is something that will put your heart, put your mind, put your body into rest. I'm not saying that you're gonna die, okay? No, nothing like that. It's something that will give you some me time at which you can start something which you want for yourself. With prosperity, freedom here, time for a nap, and devotion, I think that these cards talk of, just you trying to listen to your heart and trying to listen to yourself kung ano ba yung part ng pagkatao mo or ng kalooban mo yung kailangan ng pahinga. Sometimes, when we're so injected with work, we forget that we also need to take some rest. And, I mean, everyone, I think, has been guilty of that na, alam mo yun, parang sometimes you're not able to, you're just really not, you're not able to listen to the needs of your body. So I think that it could be na parang for yourself, with Yod here in Destiny, I think na parang there's something that you wanted so much to do, something that you wanted to explore, something na parang hindi mo lang, some form of hobby that you wanted to do, and na parang it's something that will give you, siguro, not just freedom, but happiness within, but you're not doing that, you're not exploring that because you're so busy with all of these other things that are going on with your life, na wala ka na tuloy time na to explore the things that you really really want, especially with time for a nap here and then freedom here. I mean, I think those two cards would clearly say na parang, yo, you need time. Parang you need time for yourself. You need time to explore those things that you've wanted to explore for such a long time. This has a very particular energy with one of the two piles that were, you know, that I've previously done. So if you were able to, if you're drawn to more than just one pile and you were drawn to that particular pile, then definitely this is confirmation. By the way, that's pile one. So if you're drawn to pile one as well, then definitely this is confirmation for you na talagang you really need to go after whatever it is that you've wanted to do for such a long time. With embracing here na parang with this, I don't know what this is. Is this a stork? I don't really know what bird that is, but the fact na siya lang yung white dyan in this very serene, very mellow, very fiery energy. It's sort of like, I'm seeing it as your soul telling you na parang, give me some time, look at me, look at my needs. If you're someone who's been very very busy with work, and at the same time you're someone who's very very religious, you know um maybe you need to really like allot time for you to go to church, or just listen to worship. If you're someone who's just really very injected with work, and yet you're already feeling that your body's having a little bit of pain, medyo may masakit na sa mga kasukasuan natin because we're not really that young anymore, then you have to give time to work out. So I think that what's starting for you is you realizing, or you being given the time to pursue the things that you want to pursue, which you didn't have the time doing before because you had a lot of things going on. With advocate being here, I think na especially with the blues there, the blue is for the throat chakra. It's about communication, it's about our free will. So I think that now you will be given free will, freedom. You will be given the freedom, you will be given the chance to to go for the things that you want, to go for the things that you need. You will be given rest, and something, some serenity that you've always wanted, some peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of body, peace of just really some peace. And there could be something that's bothering you with devotion tune into your to the portal of your heart here. I think there could be something na you haven't been fully honest about yourself. I think there's something that's weighing you down, and this is a very particular message. There could be something that which you haven't dealt with. It could be something that's eating you up inside. It could very well be guilt, which you cannot deal with because you don't have the time to grieve. Oh my god, parang yeah, it could be na parang there is something bothering your heart, na something that's holding you back, and something that you're not able to let go of because you haven't really fully fully grieved, or fully had that time and space to think of those that you lost. So it's a very particular energy. So for those who can resonate with this one, I hope that you're okay wherever you are. I hope na kung ano man yung loss na yon, whether it be a family member, someone, or something that really is weighing you down, I hope that you find the time to deal with the loss, to process your grief, and just really to give yourself the time to recover from that. So we're gonna look at your tarot. But I think I want both of these. Yeah, are you able to see that? Yeah, because why not, right? There. So let's look at your tarot and ask, What is this that's beginning for you? What freedom is this? What new beginning is this? How are you gonna get it? So let's ask, what's happening? Paano mo ba siya makukuha? What's gonna happen? You know, sometimes it's good to know what's starting for us. So let's just look. So Spirit, what is this new beginning that's starting for pile number 3? What is this freedom? How are they gonna get it? How is it gonna happen for them? You have the 7 of Wands, defense, upright. But I'll move this here na lang siguro, just so we have space for your ano. So what is this that's starting for pile number 3? 6 of Swords. What is this that's starting? The Sun. Light at the end of the tunnel, huh? What is this that's happening? 7 of Pentacles in reverse. How is this gonna happen? 3 of Swords. Affairs of the heart. Back of the deck, you have 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So let's talk about how this is gonna happen for you. Okay. So I think na parang like I said, there could be some grief. You know, there could be something that happened in the past which you're not able to process, you're not able to let go of. So I think na parang instead of fighting the urge to deal with this, you have to deal with this head on with the 7 of Wands here and the 6 of Swords. I think na parang that burden or that sort of like restriction that you have within yourself na hindi ka maka-move on from it, that's something that you have to deal with, and that's something that you will deal with. You'll be given the time, the energy, the moment, the resources to deal with whatever it is that's been weighing you down for such a long time. Pile number 3. Sometimes kasi the gifts that we are given, they're not really like gifts na parang, oh, it's an iPad, or oh, it's a cell phone, or something that's very very physical or very material. Sometimes the gifts that the universe gives us are the things that we cannot buy with money, and that's, you know, at least for me, that's something that's very, you know, something that's all the more, at least for me, I appreciate, kasi parang those things that you want in life, one way or another, meron kang inclination if you can get it, if it's feasible for you. Pero these things that we're not able to touch, the peace that we get, you can't really buy that everywhere, anywhere, right? So yeah. So with the Sun card here centering your reading, I think that parang this is really that time of your life where you're able to just make amends. And for some reason here, you know, the sun is shining and yet they're able to build a snow castle. So parang when you feel na it's not gonna work out for you, and at that time na parang you felt that nothing is really happening, this is confirmation na whatever it is that you're gonna let go of, you don't know how you're gonna do it, you don't know how you're gonna start, it's just gonna happen in such a way that you wouldn't really expect possible. Now, with the 7 of Pentacles here, faith, and it's in reverse. I think that right now, kasi with all of these things that you're doing, you're already getting confused on which one to focus on. I know I did say kanina na parang you have a lot of things on your plate, na parang tipong you don't have the time to deal with whatever it is that you need to deal with. And with this one being in reverse, I think that you're gonna be finally being given the time to deal with the affairs of your heart. I did say kanina, there is something that's really weighing you down, something that's very, very heavy in your heart, and something that you don't know how you're gonna deal with. So everything, those worries that you have, the gift that's starting for you, is you finally coming into that moment in your life na, you know, you can deal with it head on. If you lost someone, if you lost something, if, you know, you were put in a situation that you cannot just really get over, kasi it's really very painful or it's impacted your life in such a way na, alam mo yung parang hirap na hirap ka talaga, now is the time that you're gonna be given rest on it. And with the Nine of Pentacles being here underneath your reading, um this is really just saying na now is the time that the universe will allow you to focus on yourself even if you didn't want to. Kasi you did have that energy earlier na you don't want to deal with, with these things. Not because, not naman na don't want to deal with it. Oh, see, with the Fool here. New beginning, see? New beginning for you. And how funny na parang this is at underneath it. So it's going to be a fresh start for you. One of the most difficult things kasi pile number 3 that we can, you know, we can go through is not being able to let go of the things that weigh us down, because it will forever be a baggage and it will forever, you know, parang cause us to not be able to move forward kasi lagi siyang nandyan. But with these cards being here, how it's starting for you, you're gonna be given the energy, the faith, you know, the conviction, the chance, the time to really just focus on these swords or these pains in your heart that you've been holding on for such a long time. And that's such a wonderful, wonderful thing to start for you, pile number 3. Now, let's gonna ask the cards, how are you going to manifest this? What are you supposed to do para matuloy itong moving forward ninyo and healing your wounds? You have the Two of Swords in reverse. So again, first things first is you have to make a choice. You have to make a decision. You have to really, you know, push forward with it. Five of Pentacles, emotional withdrawal. So yeah, you have to make a choice to deal with it. Make a choice to deal with it. This emotions that you're having, these, you know, burdens that you have inside your heart, you have to decide to want to deal with it, because if you don't, then there's no point, right? Chariot in reverse. Okay, so give yourself time. Yeah, take what is yours, take what is being given. King of Swords in reverse, and there are these two cards. Yeah, you have the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Moon. Okay. Back of the deck, you have the Eight of Wands. All right. So, pile number 3, how are you supposed to do this? This is something that's gonna happen ng biglaan lang. Especially with the Knight of Swords being here in reverse, and with the Moon, it's something na parang mangyayari siyang biglaan. Pero it's something that you sort of like expect but never really thought would happen. Kunwari, you have to deal with something sa probinsya or whatsoever, and then you are aware, you've been made aware that you have to deal with this at a certain point in your situation, or in your life, but you're choosing not to acknowledge it. Okay, so this, whatever it is that you need to deal with, it's made known into your subconscious. You know, some people could have told you, you could have felt it within your heart, but you chose to ignore it. Now, how are you supposed to do this? First is you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice to acknowledge whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you need to deal with, and really take a step to move at it. With the Chariot being here, you could be traveling in order to resolve these issues that you've had, these baggages. And you know, with the King of Swords being here in reverse under the Seven of Pentacles, I think one of the things that you need to focus on is to just really stop trying to control everything. Let things flow. Sometimes, you know, sometimes the things that are happening, you don't know the answer to them, and maybe they don't know the answer because that's the best for you, because if you did, then you wouldn't go through it, right? And with the Eight of Wands being here again, communication, I think naman you just really need to be honest with yourself that this is something you need to deal with. The freedom that you're gonna get, the peace that you're gonna get after you've resolved all of these things is something that you would be so thankful for. Pile number three. I think na um while you feel na parang it's not something that's gonna give you any benefit, you don't know kung gaano kasarap sa pakiramdam yung wala kang dinadamdam sa kalooban mo. And I think that's something that will be a very great beginning for you. You being given a clean slate, you being able to deal with all of these swords that you've had hanging on your back and in your heart for such a long time. So, I think na parang I want to ask something. Kasi I feel that there is some fear or some certain level of parang fear of not being in control, which is why you don't want to deal with it. So, why don't we ask kung, what's gonna be the outcome if you decide to go through this? So, Spirit, for pile number three, what's gonna be the outcome if they decide to go through this healing journey, dealing with their past, their baggage, their swords? What's gonna happen, Spirit? Take cards, please. Okay, 5. There. So what's gonna happen? You have the Two of Cups. Great way to start. The World. What else do you need? Pile number 3. 10 of Pentacles. 9 of Swords. And the Hermit. Okay. So what's gonna happen if you decide to go through this journey that you don't want to take? To go through this, dealing with your swords. The Two of Cups, the World, and the 10 of Pentacles. Do we need to say more? Pile number 3. This will give you, the peace, the unity, really just mellowing down everything. Your mind and your body, your heart and your soul, your mind and heart, body and soul. It's going to be very aligned. I think na parang that's also an image here, right? That you've had. Sorry. I was thinking of But again, with union here, see? Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Again, two things here. So, so it's just going to be very peaceful for the way that you think, for the way that you act. Probably kasi ngayon nagkakaroon kayo ng certain energy na parang you lash out. It could be na parang, you say one thing and then you act differently. It could be na parang when you're caught off guard, umiinit agad yung ulo ninyo. So therefore, it's very easy to say na your heart and your mind could not be aligned. Now with the World card here, of course, it's just going to end this cycle for you. It's going to just really free you from the burdens of your past. It's really just going to clear everything for you and put each of whatever needs to be in their place. Like for example, for the past that you're carrying, for this pain in your heart, and it's going to be in the past. It's going to be long in the past. So it's going to really end something for you and then start something again. With the 10 of Pentacles here, you're going to feel contented. You're going to be within your element na parang everything is just really very easy, especially with it falling here with the Sun card and the Chariot. I think na parang the way that your cards are falling on top of, what you need to deal with, that when you decide, it's going to bear fruit. When you deal with your past, it's going to end the past. It's going to be a new journey. It's going to be something that's going to start a new journey for you, a better journey. If you choose, then you have here 10 of Pentacles. So it's going to start something happy for you. It's going to give you the happiness, the contentment, not just in physical, but of course in your spiritual level as well. It could be that this is something that could make you more productive, especially because if your heart and your body are aligned, if your heart, your mind, everything, your spirit is aligned, then there really isn't going to be anything more for you to bother about. So you're going to be all the more productive, all the more contented, all the more precise on the actions that you need to take on certain things, or probably on most things in your life. Now, with the Nine of Swords being here, um the Nine of Swords energy really just talks about, being in a stressful level, and while you think na parang you're gonna be there, you have here following it the Hermit. So pinagigitnaan siya ng Ten of Pentacles and the Hermit. So these things, these things that have bothered you for such a long time, it's not gonna leave you. It will forever be part of you. The past, our past, and everything that we've experienced, all the choices we've made, it doesn't really leave us. It stays with us, but we learn from it. We gain wisdom from these things that we've experienced. And I think this pile number three is one of the best things that anyone can have. Having a very smooth, just being really very aligned, and having the wisdom gained from the experiences, and at the same time being able to start something better the moment that you decide to move on. So that's it, file number three. Thank you so much for staying with me. And if you did like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want me to check on anything. Do follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Psyche Libertina, since I post random message readings over there. And yeah, I hope you were able to, resonate with this, and I hope it has helped you. And I will see you on your next reading, file number three. Bye.